All right, so we are going to continue with our discussion, pretty much our Black Friday discussion or our shopping discussion. Who doesn't love that? Um, we did our sales tax and tip, and now we are going to discount. Hopefully, we all know that discount is a good thing. Um, Tip and tax are going to increase the amount you're paying, but discount is going to bring it down. So when we are doing a discount problem, it's going to look very similar, but it's going to be a little bit different. So when you do the formula, I guess you'd say, you're going to set it up as new over original. That should look familiar. On the other side, still, you have your 100 down here. But now on top, it's going to be 100 minus your percentage. Okay? And so this is different from tax and tip because remember, with tax and tip, you paid 100% of your bill or your receipt, and then you added more to it based on the tax or the tip. But for discount, you're not paying 100% of that price. So if a dress costs $40, you're not actually going to be paying that $40 because it's at a discount. It's at a cheaper price. So that's why we're subtracting this time. We're not going to take the full price. We're taking a less than that. So this is the formula we use for a discount problem. If I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to see more sales tax questions on your test or your EOG than you would a discount problem. But just in case, I wanted to introduce this to you. And also, I mean, it's just really good for real life because, like I said, shopping and all that kind of stuff, you see a lot of discounts. So we're going to do a couple examples. All right, so let's say that your original amount is $35. All right, and then they tell you the discount is 15%. So in other words, you're passing by a rack of shirts, and on the top of that rack it says 15% off. Usually it's in like bright red or yellow. So 15% off. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is my new price going to be? I know it has to be less than $35 because $35 is what it originally is, but I'm taking money away from it, so it has to be less than that. All right, so now let's put in these numbers where we know they need to go. So I'm going to put my 100 here. All right, I've got my original price is $35. Original goes on the bottom, so I'm going to put my $35 here. Then I've got this discount. Remember, don't put 15 here, all right? You got to do 100 minus 15. So you can use your calculator if you need to. 100 minus 15 is going to leave you with 85. Okay? So in other words, we're not paying 100% of the price. We're paying 85% of that price, which sounds like you're doing something illegal. But remember, it's on discount, so it makes sense. You're only paying 85% of what the cost actually is. So then what I'm missing is my new price. Okay? So now I just need to do my cross multiplying. Okay, so remember, use your calculator. So if we do 35 times 85, we get 2,975. Remember, that's important because it's a proportion, so that tells me that this side also needs to equal that. So now I'm going to do 2,975 divided by this 100, and I get 29.75. So X equals 29.75. So my shirt originally cost $35, but with this discount, I'm only going to have to pay $29.75. Remember, I got this 85 because I did 100 minus the 15 right here to get this 85 right here. All right. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's say they tell you the original cost is $50. And then they tell you that the new cost is $35. Okay, so I'm going to set up what I do know. Now the 100 goes here. Okay, original is on the bottom, so I'm going to put 50 on the bottom. And then my new price, that goes on top. Okay, so this time I'm missing the percentage. All right, so let's see what we get. Let's cross multiply. Okay, so if I do 35 times 100, I'm going to get 3,500. Same thing on this side. So then when I do 3,500 divided by 50, I'm going to get 70. All right, so now you have to think to yourself, okay, is it a 70% discount, or do I need to plug that in up here to get what it originally was, remember? So remember, you're plugging this in up here. So if you do 100 minus 70, you're going to get 30. So my discount is actually 30%. So it would actually be 30 here, which you have to be careful of because you know on the EOG, they're going to have 70 listed as an option. But this 70 right here, remember, I'm trying to word it best for you. Remember this 85 that I had up here, this 85 was nowhere in my actual problem. So same thing when I get this 70 here, 70 is not going to actually be in my problem. It would really be like the 30% is in my problem. So if I did 100 minus 30, it would get the 70 right here. So my discount is actually 30%. Okay, you're paying 70% of the price. The discount is 30%. I know that's kind of confusing, but hopefully you get the point that I'm trying to make. If you got the answer of 70, okay, then if you're taking 70% off of the cost, then you're hardly paying anything at all. But for this one right here, it originally cost $50 and I'm paying $35. So I didn't take a whole bunch of money off. So you should be able to know, okay, that's not 70% off. I actually have to do the 100 minus the 70 to get that 30. Okay? I'll see if we can do another one of those to make sure you understand. All right, what's next? Let's do this one. Let's do my discount is 60%. And then my new cost is $64.50. Okay, so before I do anything, I just want to notice if my discount is 60%, that's a big chunk of change. That's half of the price. So if you think about 64, half of 64 is 32. So I know this new price, or the original, oh, sorry, I was thinking about it backwards. This is the new cost. So originally it was way more, but they took off a lot of money. So originally this was double of what it was. So originally this was going to be $120 some around there. So what I'm saying is, since this is a big number, this should be a big price difference, okay, if that makes sense. So let's put in what we know. So remember, it's new over original, so this new price has to go on top. The 100 obviously goes here. Remember, you're not putting 60 here. You're doing 100 minus 60. So that would be 40, which means you're only paying 40% of the cost. Okay, 60% has been taken away. You just have to pay 40% of it. All right. So now if I cross multiply, 6450 times 100 would be 6450. Same thing over here. So now I'm going to do this 6450 divided by 40. 6450 divided by 40, and I get 161.25. So this is what I was trying to explain beforehand. It kind of makes sense. This is what the original is like. Let's just pretend you're going in a store and you see a jacket. This jacket costs $161.25. That's a lot of money. But then you notice the sticker says it's 60% off. All right, so you're taking away 60% of that money. And now you're only having to pay $64.20 or $64.50. So that's a nice discount. All right, I think we got time for one more. All right, and we do another one with, let's see, let's do it. Let's do this right here. So my original cost is $7. My new cost is $4.90. All right, so let's plug in what we know. All right, so once again, if you use a little bit of common sense, this is how much it originally cost. This is how much I actually paid. That's not a real big discount. So I should not expect this discount to be a very big number. So it's not like it's going to be a 90% discount or a 50% discount. Like this is going to be a smaller number because this is not a very big discount. All right, so new goes on top. Original's on the bottom. And then obviously this is my X. All right, so let's cross multiply. So $4.90 times 100 is $4.90. That's what would go over here as well. So now 490 divided by 7 gives me 70, okay? Just so happened that this is the same as the one earlier. So that means this is 70%. But remember, what that means is that you paid 70%. That's not the discount. Remember, your formula says 100 minus the percent. So you need to remember that 70 doesn't go here. You got to do 100 minus 70, which tells you that your discount is really 30%. Okay? So just like all the other proportion type problems we've done, it's super important that you know where everything goes. For this one in particular, it's important that you understand it's the 100 minus the percent because it's a discount and you're taking away some of the money that you would have to pay. Okay? So like I said, just make sure you know those spots of your proportion and you should be good to go.